Welcome everybody to the ASC Weekly number 22. You will be staring at a loading screen shortly, and only for a little bit, I promise. xmShakeSAGA, 3-time-in-a-row champion of ASC Weekly's 19, 20, and 21, is facing up against none other than Complexity Gaming's RSVP. Right now, ShakeSAGA back against the wall. Needs to reverse all kill to come through and win this thing. I'm Tumba, and co-casting with me, as always, on Thursday, Sleeper Cell. Sleeper, can he do it? What do you think, man?
I have no idea after that last game. I mean, that was so incredibly, just utterly surprising. I don't know what happened. Shakes just went for an extremely risky build after he knew that RSVP likes to go for early aggression.
Yeah.
And it just, he just straight out lost. He had to GG out almost immediately, and I'm still shocked because that was just such an easy win for RSVP, and I feel like Shakes could challenge him so much more for that.
Yeah, I mean, the first game wasn't that far out of his grasp at moments. It was merely seconds away from victory for Shake.
It was a Xel'Naga placement, literally.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was, exactly. And really, I think if he would play more to a standard type of play, then you know he'd come away with much better results. But we'll have to see. I mean, it is a tournament. And he was going for something, and there, you know, it's risk-reward type of thing. So, you know, Test Bug, too, relatively new map to the MLG scene, as well as to ASCW. So I'm sure these players who played it are both familiar with it. We'll see what shakes out here, no pun intended, once again.
Definitely. I absolutely love Test Bug as a map. We've seen so many good games on Test Bug, both of the MLG. Yes, who will ever forget the Hydra MMA game? And many other fantastic games. Test Bug, I just think, is a unique map. It's a 3-player map. There are very few of those out in any realm of competition at all. It's just got the different place types. It's just, I personally love it. I can't see enough games on this map. And what better map for possibly the fall of ShakeSAGA here?
Yeah,
I don't want to say it, but
it could be. He's facing it, let's be honest. And you know what else I like about the map? It reminds me of Dual Sight in such a way that it's lush on one side and green and kind of pretty, and then on the other side it becomes sort of dark and gray. So, you know, it's definitely a different style map, different than what we're used to, and you know, it's interesting to see because a lot of players, I don't think, have figured out just all the nooks and crannies, if you will, and how they can manipulate the architecture of the map just yet.
Yeah, no, they haven't quite yet, unfortunately, because it's not a ladder or something like that. A lot of the ladder maps, you see players a lot more comfortable at them, just because a lot of players just generally end up, that's where they practice on. That being said, though, both these players are members of very, very well-known and awesome teams.
Yes.
So we do know that they do practice on their own, so they could definitely have seen plenty of this map. And like I've said every single game so far, I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing the outcome of this game, just because I'm worried. I'm really worried about him.
Yeah, Shakes
Reaper
up against the wall. Reaper out. Zealot's going to spot it.
Ooh, we might actually be able to pick off that Zealot.
Yeah, which could be a big deal. Early in the game, every unit that you have, you must retain. It's critical.
Yes,
Oh, he's going to get the Reaper, though.
Oh, decent trade. That being said, though, the Marine is going to go down. One Marauder, though, does beat a Stalker, and that's all he's going to have: a Stalker and a Proby Probe. And with the Zealot, with a SCV coming along with that, concussive Shell Marauder will be fine. That being said, two Stalkers showing up to the party. Once again, a very early aggression coming out from RSVP, and he's going to have to pull. Shakes is going to pull SCVs off the line already. And here comes the second Marauder. There he comes, out, ready to go. One of the Stalkers goes down. There goes the second one. So it looks like Shakes will hold this off. I don't believe he lost a single SCV, actually.
No. 3 went to war, 3 came home.
Well done.
Yeah. And I think once he holds the initial aggression, and again, this aggression from the Protoss is not meant to win the game. The only reason it did previously is because the fact that Shake got a little too greedy, went for 3 base a little too early. So what this is meant to do is 2 things. 1, buy enough time to expand, and 2, hopefully throw off Shake's build order, hopefully get him on the back foot. But Shake, again, being a pretty cool customer, just like in Game 1, and hopefully can start his comeback now.
Yeah, he's definitely looking to do that. Really, really good hold from him for sure. Didn't lose very much at all. I think he lost a Marauder and a Marine for 2 Stalkers and a Zealot, and a Reaper, I believe. And that's a really nice trade still.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely it is. And just gearing up here, you know, you have to wonder, Shake, he has to say, okay, well, these finals have been so easy for me. Well, finally, I have a match here, and I hope to see the best of him in this particular match. You know, I got to root for him, and I got to say, you know what, I sort of hope he pulls out a win here, simply because I want to see this phenomenal series continue.
Definitely do, definitely do. I want to continue to see this. I would love it to go to a Game 5 after a fantastic wins from xmShakeSAGA. But like you said, we've just been... this hasn't felt like xmShakeSAGA's play to me at all.
No.
We've seen him just do really, really well in the past couple tournaments. I mean, people have challenged him for it. They haven't done it extremely terribly well, but he's had challenges. But this is just... he feels like he's getting shown up here, and that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, you know, as you said too, though, he did have to move. He had some other things going on. Not making any excuses for him, because God knows I don't need to. He's a phenomenal player and everything else. But let's face it, players bring their keyboards, they bring their mice, they set them up. They sometimes even stencil them onto pads so they know exactly how to set up to mimic their home setup at tournaments. So it is a big deal to a lot of players. But yeah, something just doesn't seem all the same. It's just not the same Shake in certain aspects.
Yeah, I'm being actually informed by, wow, yeah, I'm being informed by coLrsvp that actually Shake's, look at where he's at right now, look at how well he's been playing the past couple games, even with all that you just mentioned. He's actually has not had the opportunity to play in about a week.
Oh, wow.
So that could definitely explain why he's having a bit of issues, but the fact that he's still playing on par.
Yeah.
With RSVP just tells you something about him.
No, the first game was a toss-up. It could have gone either way. That was no easy victory. No easy victory for the Protoss for RSVP in any way, shape, or form.
Here comes the Protoss. Yep. Speaking of.
Yeah.
I think Roscoe. I think Shake should definitely be all right with this. He does have a bunker up and plenty of nice spread out units. And really, this is extremely Sentry Zealot heavy army here with one
almost
Stalker.
a Zerg, almost like a Zerg.
Ooh, might pick one off. He gets a Stalker for free. But those force fields, though, are going to catch the majority of Shake's army, and that is not good. That is not what he wanted right there. He's going to lose so many of those units without being able to stutter step them. So many of those went down, and that is not what he needed right there. Ooh, nice dodge on the force fields there, though. That's going to save him, I think.
Yeah, you know...
Ooh, no!
Wow. It's tense.
Oh.
It is a tense moment right now, just ducking, diving, dodging, trying to get through those force fields and retreat as best as possible without getting pinned in, without getting trapped. And you know, this is very the makeup of RSVP's army looks more of that like he's about to face a Zerg than it does a Terran. But with those Zealots being able to go ahead and isolate and take away the stutter step micro from the Marines, they do work. They can deal damage. Without the ability to micro, you know, those Zealots will deal enough damage to be able to take out that bio.
That being said, though, a lot of the Zealots were sniped there in that engagement. So now he's down to, I believe, 7 Zealots and a bunch of sentries and a couple Stalkers, which is really good from him. Ooh, he spots a Proxy Pylon there. He's going to get that for free. Ooh, but there goes the Protoss army getting ready to engage their Stim. One force field going down, not too great. There's going to lose one Marauder to that. 4-2 force fields, not too terribly bad. That being said, though, he's stimming his army every time this engagement happens. There are those force fields, and they're going to catch more units once again, and those were not units that Chase could afford to lose, and that is terrible for him.
Yeah,
this push could be devastating.
I am amazed at the confidence of RSVP with just gateway units.
And here he comes. There's the SVs off the line, and Shakes is going to GG out of that, and that means RSVP is going to take this series, going to take the finals 3-0 over xmShakeSAGA. He is going to become the champion of the ASC Weekly, knocking off xmShakeSAGA in a convincing fashion. And I guess you don't get to be rank 8 Grandmasters by just sitting around. Very, very impressive play from RSVP. That being said, do not take anything away from xmShakeSAGA. He had so much going on, and yet he was able to play at a beautiful, beautiful range of play against RSVP. And even just that in itself is wonderful. That after all the issues that he's been going on with in real life,
Yeah, no,
he's a marvelous player.
I think that Shake was a little bit almost Idra-ish in a sense that he was too hard on himself after the first game. I think that that first game was a lot closer than he thought in his mind that it was. And
Target placement.
yeah,
That's all it was.
yep, getting caught in the second game, and I think the excuses started to go through his head, of his own head, like, you know what, I haven't played in a week, I had to deal with the move and everything else, and they're all valid points, but I really think that Shake had what it took to go ahead and let's put it this way, I'd like to see that matchup in optimal conditions. Not taking anything away from RSVP because RSVP played beautifully. Brilliant micro. Very confident with his gateway units. Was able to go ahead and recover from a failed proxy push. But you know what? All in all, exciting game.
Very exciting. All three of them were extremely intense. First one especially felt really, really good. It was just so back and forth the entire game, and then the second one was unfortunately a little bit quicker than I would have liked, but the third one was once again very back and forth, very dodging, ducking through those force fields. I just about had a heart attack in there, but that being said, unfortunately for Shakes, but very fortunately for RSVP, he did take the ASC Weekly number 22, so he's your Masters Division champion for this week.
Okay, and well done by him. RSVP just contacting me now. We will be getting an interview with him shortly. I'm just going to add him to Skype in 1 second.
Alrighty, I'll let you handle the majority of the interview here. I'm probably going to back out, just chill in the call.
Okay. Okay, I am just going to go ahead and take the stream down for 1 second, and we'll be right back.
I'm amazed.